The second he told the weekend was stress, it was Tripplets by JethroCool. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So listen to this vaccine in 3, 2, 1. Oh.
When 29-year-old Griffin Hayes stepped on the scale at his gym and saw he'd gained 40 pounds in 4 months, he blamed his new job. High-stress corporate law position, endless hours, late-night takeout at his desk. It made sense. What didn't make sense was the ultrasound technician's face 3 weeks later when she counted 3 separate heartbeats and said quietly, "Mr. Hayes, you're not gaining weight from stress. You're pregnant."
Wow. Congrats on being pregnant. Congrats, yeah.
With triplets.
Triplets!
Griffin had always been swimmer's build from college that he'd maintained through his 20s with regular gym sessions and reasonable eating. Then he'd taken the associate attorney position at Morrison & Drake in Atlanta, the kind of job that demanded everything: 70-hour weeks, client dinners, weekend depositions. The weight came fast. His suits stopped fitting by month 2. He bought new ones a size up. By month 3, those were tight too. His mother commented during their weekly phone call that he sounded tired. His boyfriend Aiden mentioned gently that Griffin seemed to be stress eating. Griffin agreed with both assessments. He was exhausted. He was eating poorly. The job was consuming him. He developed other symptoms he attributed to the workload: constant nausea that he blamed on too much coffee and not enough real food. Dizziness he chalked up to dehydration and lack of sleep. Strange movements in his abdomen that felt like gas or muscle spasms from sitting hunched over legal documents for hours. His belly grew rounder and harder. Griffin assumed he was developing the lawyer's curse: sedentary lifestyle weight that settled in the midsection. He tried going to the gym more often, but felt too exhausted to complete workouts.
Wow, really?
Aiden finally insisted Griffin see a doctor when he found Griffin passed out on the bathroom floor at 6 a.m. Griffin had waved it off. Just dehydration, just exhaustion, just the normal cost of building a legal career. Aiden drove him to the clinic anyway. Dr. Sarah Kim listened to Griffin's symptoms with growing concern. Weight gain concentrated in the abdomen, fatigue, nausea, dizziness, fainting. She ordered comprehensive blood work and an abdominal ultrasound. Griffin sat in the waiting room, filling out insurance forms, annoyed at losing a morning of billable hours over what was obviously just stress-related health issues. When Dr. Kim called him back into her office, she had another doctor with her, Dr. Patricia Okonkwo, an obstetrician. Griffin felt confused seeing an OB-GYN. He was a man. What would he need? Dr. Kim showed him the ultrasound images. 3 distinct shapes, 3 separate heartbeats visible on the screen, 3 tiny humans growing inside him. Griffin stared at the screen. His brain rejected the information completely. Men didn't get pregnant. He was a man. Therefore, this was impossible. Dr. Okonkwo explained gently. Griffin had a rare intersex condition that had never been diagnosed. He had internal reproductive structures, a small uterus, functional ovarian tissue, that had remained dormant his entire life. Until 4 months ago, when Griffin and Aiden had been intimate during a weekend getaway to celebrate Griffin's new job. 1 egg had been released. 1 had been fertilized. Then that egg had split, and split again. Identical triplets, conceived naturally, growing in a uterus Griffin hadn't known he possessed. He was 17 weeks pregnant. Griffin called Aiden from the parking lot. He couldn't form complete sentences. Aiden drove back to the clinic immediately. When Aiden saw the ultrasound images, he sat down hard in the nearest chair. Then he looked at Griffin and asked, "Are you okay?" Griffin realized he didn't know how to answer that question. The next 4 months were the hardest of Griffin's life. His body struggled under the weight of 3 babies. He was hospitalized twice for complications. The medical team monitored him constantly. Aiden moved into Griffin's apartment and became his full-time caregiver. Griffin's mother arrived and refused to leave. The three of them created a small fortress of support around the impossible situation. Griffin's belly grew enormous. By week 30, he looked like he'd swallowed 3 basketballs. Walking became difficult.
Yeah.
Breathing became difficult. Existing became an exhausting full-time job. At 33 weeks, Griffin's body reached its limit. Emergency C-section. The surgical team numbered 15 people. At 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday, 3 babies were born. Baby A, 2 pounds, 9 ounces, a girl. Baby B, 2 pounds, 7 ounces, a boy. Baby C, 2 pounds, 11 ounces, a girl. They were impossibly tiny, impossibly perfect.
2 girls in the boy. Wow.
Impossibly alive. Griffin heard their cries, 3 distinct voices announcing themselves, and felt something fundamental shift in his chest.
Yeah.
The stress he'd been blaming for months of symptoms hadn't been stress at all. It had been 3 people, growing, waiting, becoming. The babies spent 6 weeks in the NICU. Griffin visited every day, still recovering from surgery that had pushed his body past every reasonable limit. Aiden was there for every moment. Griffin's mother practically lived at the hospital. They named them Hope, River, and Sage. Morrison and Drake sent flowers and a card saying Griffin's position would be waiting when he was ready. He never went back. Some jobs weren't worth what they cost.
Yeah.
Today, the triplets are 14 months old, loud, demanding, and completely uninterested in sleeping at the same time. Griffin looks at them, at Hope grabbing her brother's toy, at River laughing at something only he finds funny, at Sage concentrating intensely on stacking blocks, and remembers thinking his expanding belly was just stress weight.
Yeah.
So here's the question. What are you blaming on stress that might actually be something else? Something impossible, something extraordinary? Drop your thoughts below. Because sometimes the weight we're carrying isn't what we think it is.
Could be, yeah. So true. So very true. Yeah. There was, Ito, the weekend was stress. It was triplets by JethroCool. The link to the video will be the description on top, no, below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. And comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the post so you can be notified for a minute below and minute post and go live in what? Bye. Wow.